Well, look what I just picked. Now, I don't think there's any way that we can make this combo work. Cayenne grape jelly? No. Cayenne grape hot sauce? No. So I think these I'll just eat. They weren't quite ripe yet, but look over here. Some of them are falling to the ground, and that is just a sad waste. So I think I'm going to have to start picking them, even though they should really stay on the vine for another week. Usually it's more around Labor Day, but I don't want any more to go to waste. Well, this is tedious, but I'm almost done. I mean, the grapes don't want to come off exactly. A lot of times you get a little piece of stem with them, and you have to pick those off, because I don't want to eat stem. So I'll let these freeze probably till morning, and then all you have to do is just pick up an end of this silpat. See, I missed one. Pick up an end of the silpat and just put them into my glass jars. As to what I'll do with them when they're frozen, I don't know. I've never done that before. I mean, if I had enough, I could make juice out of them when they're frozen, or jelly. But probably I'll just eat them partially frozen, like you do store grapes. Well, I still have a few more grapes that I put in the refrigerator just to eat, but I have 2 quarts of frozen grapes, and I did mark them because they look a lot like blueberries. And they taste good. What they taste like is they're frozen grape juice, which is not a bad thing. Tuesday, August 25th. This should be my last day of canning. Not nearly as many of the contender peaches as we had of the delicious, which is just fine with me. I scrounged around, getting out every empty jar in the house as far as my wide mouth canning jars go. These, I cut up a few last night just to see if they would be ready. The pits are very small and they come out very easily. I'll cut one in half here and show you. Well, I'm glad we planted another one of these contender trees. These things are amazing. Look, 30 seconds and the skins pretty much came off in the water. And the size of this pit, well, for one, it comes out really easily. And it's just a tiny little pit. Tiny pit means a lot more fruit. Okay. So, I'm in here canning peaches. Oh, and they're smaller, which is better. I think I can put the whole peach in. Most of the others I had to cut them. I had to quarter them. I can just put the whole peach in, just like so. Yeah, just like that. Oh, this isn't going to take long at all. So while I'm in here doing peaches, Stan is outside pulling up the last row of tomatoes. We have a couple people coming over today to get the rest of the tomatoes. I finished canning aromas yesterday, making crushed tomatoes, and except for that great big huge grocery bag full of peppers I have to mess with, this is pretty much my last day of canning. Look at that. Oh, this is actually fun. Okay, contender peaches. I'm sold. Plus they're good to like 20 degrees below zero for those of you who live in cold climes like we do. Alright, enough chat. Time to finish these off. Okay, and before that, 46 quarts from the other trees. So from our 2 trees, fairly small trees, we got 65 quarts of canned peaches. And it's a good thing we're done, because these are all the jars I have left in the entire house. 4 or 5 quart jars and a couple of pint jars. And of those lids that we got, we bought 10 dozen and I already had like 3 dozen. It's 13 dozen lids. That's only the wide mouth, not counting the narrow mouth. Gone. So it's time to say we are done canning, except for maybe another batch of hot sauce. Hooray! Okay, here I am in the midst of I missed one. In the midst of the elderberry jungle, and for a first picking, I got a big Ziploc bag full, which is great. It'll go right into the freezer. And because we are supposed to have temperatures again around 90, I'm gonna have to check these every day so I don't lose any of them. Ah, there's one right behind me too. And wow. Okay, I think that's all for today. If I get that one, it's kind of hard to see them all. Pretty dense in here. That one can go another day, I think. All right, time to get these things in the freezer.